Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing very well today. Welcome to the first Plymouth derby. We've got Plym City versus Athletico Plymouth coming up today. Both teams are ready. We're in St Jacobs Park. I don't know where that is, to be completely honest with you. It matters not. Here come both teams heading down the tunnel. Now we've got Plym City in the iconic yellow and black, led by Harry Roberts. For whatever reason, we've got Athletico Plymouth in their classic green and red, led by Dan Naylor, controller of the team itself. It'll be the first recorded meeting between the teams since 2015 in a match where we both played each other drunk. So probably not a very fair analogy of it. Both teams completely ready. That's Athletico Plymouth. A lot of faces to be introduced, so we'll do that as the lineups are announced. Okay, we're going to pause it briefly just whilst we're here. Now, Plymouth are playing with a 4-2-3-1 by the looks of it. We could, whatever you consider it. I wouldn't take the game into gospel of how you consider it, but let's just go through the players. We've got Thanos from the MCU. Now, we've avoided any legal issues with Marvel by changing his name from a TH to an F. They'll never find us that way. Robbie Dogue. People who follow our IIW episodes will be aware of him, the Norwegian left back. He has been with Plym City since the PS2 days of Plym City 4. Plym City 4 Pro Evo 4. Joe Payne, again, for IIW. A big man mountain of a defender. We got Dan Pinn, old friend of mine. McKelson doesn't exist in any other form of medium at the moment. He is purely a New Zealand Plym City right back. Romario Vieira, he is a midfielder from Guinea-Bissau. Harry Roberts, we all know. Oh, look at that. Didn't know he could control the volume using the scroller. Anyway, we got Harry Roberts in midfield, leading the team. We got Abua just in the midfield area. And in the front three here, Dan Naylor, Dan Reed, and Luke Webster. A wonderful trio. The Neymar, Messi, and Suarez combination of this generation. And focus on the bench because we've got a few big names that may make it. We'll have to see.
High caliber teams. This is a welcome event for all these supporters. Well, on the face of it,
4-2-1-3 we are apparently playing. Now, like I said, I wouldn't take it into gospel of what they're playing.
But then you consider a chance for one or two of
now,
the free.
Here is Athletico Plymouth. They are playing a 3-3-4, a very attacking formation. Now, we got Ingo Deitch from South Africa. Again, IIW fans will be aware of who he is. Same can be said for Tony Crane and Quattrocchi, two of the most deadly defenders in any medium. Tony Crane and Quattrocchi also in the IIW Wrestling League. Claude Wolf, I believe he is a Dutch centre-back, quite small, very diminutive, but he will pack the punch. Very formidable three in the midfield. We got Pidi Kaka from the Solomon Islands, Ricardo Oliveira from Brazil. No way, he's from Argentina, excuse me. And Carl Rogers, another friend of Dan and mine. And up front, once again, the classic three, Webster, Reed, and Naylor. Joining them from Switzerland, Preston Malula.
Players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive.
And they've got a few big names on the bench here as well. Some that will definitely be meeting today, I could half wager.
Energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully
that's Carl Rogers with the curtains. There's Dan Pinn, and I believe that is Claude Wolf and Jason McKelson. All of them ready for the first of what hopefully will be a very long series. So off we go. Plym City kicks off. Romario Vieira tries to send it down the right wing. However, Luke Webster for Athletico Plymouth gets in the way. Preston Malula down the right wing as well. Tackled by Robbie Dogue. Dogue sends it forward to Naylor. Naylor goes towards Reed. Reed headed into the penalty area now. He's just intercepted by Tony Crane. It's a promising start for Plym City, though, already making a nuisance of themselves.
Some good work on the right flank now.
As Malula again sends it to Oliveira. And that's Carl Rogers on the right wing here, just on the right of the penalty area. Sends it over. Thanos has to punch it away. And there's Luke Webster on the rebound. It goes a little bit wayward.
But sadly, not great precision.
Had to do better than that, and he knows it. And we got Thanos.
Vieira.
Centre out to Vieira. Vieira already quite deep in his own half here. Athletico Plymouth already pushing on to Plym City. Abua down the left flank to Naylor, who sends it forward to Reed, but Wolf is able to get the better of Reed there. Oliveira sends it on the counter. Preston Malula, look at the space he has. He sends it over to Reed. Reed fires and go. Thanos able to bat it away though. He sent it over to Doak now. Doak sends it down the left flank. Naylor tries to send a quick pass. Tony Crane is able to intercept though. Pidikaka lofted pass over to Reed. Reed, oh! Reed very nearly putting Athletico Plymouth in front there, just on the left foot. It was just a bit wide of that far post. Oh! I'll give some credit to Thanos there. He did make himself known to Reed as he came down, but that's an awful, awful goal kick. However, it is responded with an awful kick as well.
That was great.
I think Thanos can be lucky there. He really... Oh, it hit into Naylor's bum. That might be why. Another goal kick to Plym City taken by Thanos. Takes it short this time. He's learnt his lesson.
And it's played forward.
Pin sends it forward. Potrocchi in the way. He sends it to Preston Malula. And look at that pass. And look at that shot. A beautiful assist. And a beautiful goal from Dan Naylor, scoring his first Athletico Plymouth goal of the season.
Should be even livelier than we anticipated.
Oh, look at that. Preston Malula found Dan Naylor. And to be fair, the defence really let him get away with that one. Dan Pin and Joe Payne were nowhere to be seen. Oh, and it's not the best angle. Oh, clearly the Dans of yesteryear known that. 1-0 to Athletico Plymouth, and immediately Athletico Plymouth go back on the attack. Oliveira sending it forward to Naylor. Naylor right back down the right flank to Rogers. That's Preston Malula again with an assist already today. Can he get a second? He's given it a go. Dan Pin had to really mark Dan Reed there. Thanos having to punch it away. The goal is open. And oh, Rogers very nearly making it 2. His shot was just a little bit shit, to be honest.
It was worth a try.
Plym City need to get a hold of themselves. They are not doing well in this match whatsoever. Goal kick taken by Thanos straight to Pidikaka. What is he doing? Luke Webster sends it into Oliveira. Pidikaka gets the ball. Luke Webster for Athletico Plymouth this time. Buavo sends a pass forward to Reed. Pidikaka taking the ball back from him. He sent a good pass down the left flank, but McKelson just able to intercept there. Thanos now sends it out. Potrocchi gets onto it. Naylor down the right flank to Preston Malula, and Preston Malula with another cross. Thanos able to get a hand to it though.
That right side seems to have become a very good outlet for them now. No doubt this is an area they've identified as a potential.
Controlling that midfield so far. Luke Webster not particularly happy there. At least he wasn't booked. Wouldn't say it was a bookable offence anyway. Tony Crane now with the free kick. Sends it over to Rogers. Rogers doing a little bit of trickery there. Joe Payne not having any of it. And Naylor sends it down the right flank. Luke Webster's able to get past Tony Crane. He sends it over to Dan Reed. And Dan Reed's going for it here. He gets into the box. And he sent a little crossover. Abua, I think that was. Gets onto it. Abua scores his first Plym City goal, and more importantly, the equaliser for Plym City.
He was never going to miss from there.
Let's just see how that happened here. Luke Webster's passing to Dan Reed. Dan Reed managing to get past Potrocchi into the box. He sent over across to Luke Webster, who headed it on to the pathway of Abua. Plym City won, Athletico Plymouth won, game on, only 10 minutes in as well.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang.
And that's McKelson winning the ball back off Athletico's Luke Webster. Sends it to Plym City's Luke Webster. This will get confusing in the series, I do apologise. Pidikaka winning the ball back, sends it down, but Joe Payne intercepts it, sends the ball forward, over to Luke Webster. He's taken the run down the right flank there. Pitikaka marks him wonderfully though. Pitikaka's an incredibly good rock for this team. However, he's abandoning his post. He's gone for a shot. Fanos able to hold it, however.
A touch ambitious.
Sends it back out now. Luke Webster. Oh, he's gone without the ball. Tony Crane bombing down that left flank. Sends it over to Dan Reed. Fanos just able to beat him to it. Good decision by Fanos there to come out for the ball. And Oliveira passes over to Athletico's Luke Webster. Luke Webster passing forward. Oh, he's very nearly found Dan Reed.
Well, I'm not quite sure he
I think Dampin just got in the way of that, however.
He did then. A couple of his teammates
Mario Vieira
very annoyed.
over to Abua now. And Claude Wolf not letting him quite get to it. Wolf with a good pass down to Luke Webster on the left there. McCausen though, heavy-handed challenge, gets the ball back.
Well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
Dan Reed over to Romario Vieira. Vieira with a good pass to Naylor, who shoots it in from the edge of the area, scores his first goal for Plym City, and what a shot that was.
All over in seconds.
And just look at that, almost from nowhere. Vieira, simple pass to Naylor. Naylor turns and shoots. Quattrocchi couldn't even get close to it. And it's a shit angle again, but look at that. Naylor smashing into the corner camera. Plym City 2, Athletico Plymouth 1.
How will things develop from here?
14 minutes in. Plym City have turned this around quite nicely so far.
I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
There you go, Athletico Plymouth trying to build up an attack again. Oliveira, beautiful pass to Preston Malula on the right flank. However, Joe Payne, yes that is him, able to get in the way of it. Now Rogers with a cross over to Reed. Dan Pinn confidently on that ball. Sent it over to Luke Webster. Pitikaka is fighting him for it though. Unable to. He sends it forward to Dan Reed. Dan Reed charges in. Tony Green has to get in the way of it. And the ball goes back to Pitikaka. It's intercepted by Vieira though. Oh no, that's a Bua. My bad. Oliveira now. Plenty of space to make a darting run here. Look at him. The space he's got over to Preston Malula. Preston Malula crosses but nearly goes in the goal. Fanos had to be on top form then. Pitikaka gets it once again. Joe Payne has to really come out far to get it. He's left his post in doing so though, but Dan Pinn's got him covered. That's Harry Roberts. Passes forward to Dan Reed. Dan Reed's able to skim past Claude Wolf, but Oliveira is there to pick up the pieces. There's Tony Crane darting forward from his centre-back position. Passes it to Naylor. Passes it back to Crane. Crane with a low shot towards goal. Fanos gets down quick enough to save it. Crane again, and there's Crane once again. Crane shoots again. Fuck me, I thought that was in. How did that not go in? Oh, Joe Payne's got a yellow card from somewhere. I don't know why. We'll have to see the replay. What happened here? Dan Naylor. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was probably a bookable offence. I'll give him that. Dan Naylor now. Goes straight on goal. The ball plummets into the wall.
Gets it back.
Pitikaka claims the loose ball, passes it to Oliveira. Oliveira passes to Naylor, who's in the box, shoots on form. Fanos able to get low to it. I don't know how he saves that. Oh, Dan Naylor here passes over to Harry Roberts. Harry Roberts going straight down the right flank. Tony Crane is able to get ahead to the ball, however.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Now it's Pitikaka once again.
Off the ball there. Dashing forward at pace.
Luke Webster on the right there. McCausen further down the right. He goes deeper down the right flank. Crosses over to Dan Reed. Dan Reed gets his first Plym City goal. A neat little header over the body of Deitch. And let's hope we'll be seeing a lot of Dan Reed celebrates alongside McCausen. Let's just look where that goal came from. It was Luke Webster who sent it over to McCausen. McCausen with a wonderful cross, and fastest. It's that problem with Claude Wolf being so short. He was able to make a mockery of Claude Wolf, dinked it over the head. Plym City 3, Athletico Plymouth 1. As Athletic now, Pidikaka sends it over, Oliveira back heels it, however, Abua was able to get onto the end of it. Webster now, clashes with Tony Crane. Now Dan Reed gets the ball again, he sends it down the left line to Dan Naylor. Dan Naylor with a good cross over to Luke Webster, it's called offside. That's upsetting.
It's a loose ball. Neither side really getting hold of the ball. It's come loose.
That's Luke Webster now sends a good cross. Offside again.
That's offside. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, he's just a knee offside. Oh no, it's Joe Payne's knee. He was pretty far offside. Thanos now. Short distribution there. Granola apparently.
Have scored 2 quick goals here.
Tries to pass it forward. Oliveira is able to intercept. Sends it long. Robbie Doug's got on the end of that though. Dan Naylor passes now to Harry Roberts. Harry Roberts loses it to Carl Rogers.
Nice to get it forward quickly.
That's Rogers over to Reed. Dan Reed tries to send it down the right flank. Luke Webster beaten to the ball by Tony Crane though. And Romario Vieira sends it to Luke Webster down that right flank again now. Luke Webster goes on a good run. Claude Wolf trying to get to him.
A really good feat.
He has forced Luke to take it a little bit further out. He sends it. Quattrocchi was aware of the situation there. Roberts now goes for go and go. Flying over the crossbar, however.
I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Oh yeah, that was a no danger for Athletico Plymouth there. Roberts a little bit gutted about that. Now Deitch. First we've really seen of Deitch all match bizarrely, which is a bit upsetting when you consider that we're 3-1 down. Shows the clinical side of Plym City. Roberts again, however, involved to get Deitch to highlight. An awful low shot, easily scooped up by Deitch. Oliveira again, passing for the Pidikak, has a very formidable midfield duo. Preston Malula on that right flank skims past Robbie Doe, crosses over. Thanos is able to collect the ball, however. Now as Reed passes on to Naylor. Rogers beats him to the ball though. Romario Vieira passes back to Naylor though. And Quattrocchi, the defensive general, able to subsidise Dan Naylor there.
Gets away from his
opponent. Going on a good run. Joe Payne has to slide for it. He's managed to recover the ball though. Dan Naylor with a lot of space down the left wing here now. It's across. Tony Crane lets it go to Deitch. Had to put a lot of faith in his keeper then, and it was thankfully repaid. That's Luke Webster now. Sends it to Oliveira. Passes back to Rogers. Over to Naylor. Oliveira's got a bit of space here. Shoots on sight. Thanos easily able to save that goal though.
Yeah, the shot was enabled due to such smart control and technique.
Now let's Reed. Going into the Athletico Plymouth area. Sends it back to Vieira. Vieira was going to shoot, but Oliveira saved the match. With a tackle. Luke Webster running down, intercepted by Pin. Pidikaka finds Reed with a beautiful pass through. Reed crosses over to Malula. Thanos able to just get a palm to it. That should have been a goal there, but I think it's a good bit of keeper that saved the match. What a save. Does give Athletico Plymouth a corner, however. Dan's thinking of who to have take this corner. Luke Webster decides to take the corner. And it's gone straight to Roberts. Abua able to clear. Dan Reed now loses the ball to Pidikaka. Pidikaka sends it down to Preston Malula. And Malula, good cross to Reed. It's only just missed, but it was called offside anyway. Oh yeah, he was calling himself offside then. Oof. That's incredibly close if well, you know, if it wasn't offside. Thanos now passes over the pin. Plym City build up their attack once again. Doing it quite methodically.
Forward it goes.
There's Dan Reed now, surrounded by Athletico Plymouth players. He doesn't know what he's doing. Oliveira again. Long pass, Pins able to intercept it.
His determination needed to be
again, Oliveira just with another pass. He's a constant nuisance. Preston Malula shoved aside by Robbie Dogue. And Luke Webster gets the ball for Athletico. Goes for a shot, hits the post. Oh, where did that come from? Dan Pin has to panic now in his clearance. And Luke Webster, no nonsense, clears the ball out. Does afford Athletico Plymouth a throw-in now, but it does afford Plymouth City some time to regather.
Hoist it forward.
That's Joe Payne again. Long ball forward. Dan Naylor's able to get past Quattrocchi, but he scuffs his shot. What was he thinking? Again, sends it down. That's a good delivery to Cole Rogers. Heads it forward, and Robbie Doak able to get in the way though. Dan Reed gets past Claude Wolf again. Dan Naylor on the left flank though. Can't get past Quattrocchi, but Robbie Doak is there to back him up. Sends a good crossover. Tony Crane has to clear it. Luckily for him, he's managed to clear the ball and only concede a throw-in, which somehow is Athletico Plymouth throw-in as well. Oh, Luke Webster. Naughty, naughty. What has he done? I didn't quite see that challenge, but it sounded pretty nasty. Oh, yeah, that is definitely... Tony Crane is furious. Definitely a yellow card offence, I would say. I can't have any problem with that. Oof. Passes back over to Dicha. Quattrocchi passes forward to Pidikaka. Pidikaka, tight pass. Harry Roberts able to win the ball back from Naylor. Sends it to our own... Oh, a bit biased there. Plym City's own Naylor. Robbie Doak passes over to Dan Reed. Dan Reed got past Wolf again. Fired on goal. Deach makes a save. I think that's the first save we've seen Deach make today.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Oh, that's a good save as well. It's a Plym City corner now, taken by Dan Pin. Oof! Abua nearly got yet another goal, but as another great save from Deep. Let's see that again. It's a shit angle, but a good save from Deach. And there he is. Look at the eyebrows on that man. Oh, he's an angry looking person. That's the third save we've seen from Deep in the penalty area now. He's starting to wake up a little bit. It took him 38 minutes, but he got there. Abua now passes forward to Reed. Reed trying to skip past Claude. Whoa! And that is it. Dan Reed gets his second goal of the day. His second goal for Plym City. Quattrocchi having a quiet word with Rogers. Probably slagging off Claude Wolf, I imagine.
That's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning break.
Look at that. Claude Wolf couldn't even get close to Dan Reed. Dan Reed, a few hits with the ball. Back of the net. Plym City 4. Athletico Plymouth 1.
It's just too easy.
Approaching the end of the first half nearly. I think manager Dan Naylor is going to have some serious words for Athletico Plymouth at this point.
That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example.
Going for it from here. Robbie Doak passes to Harry Roberts, passes over, but Naylor intersects Naylor.
It's played forward.
Preston Malula on that right wing. Naylor's there, passes to Preston Malula. Robbie Doak's able to get in the way, but Preston Malula gets the ball back. That's been a foul somewhere. Oh, it was Joe Payne.
So who's he going to be?
Dan Reed was trying to make her. Oh! We didn't realise this. Joe Payne has just been sent off. Plym City 4-1 up, but however down to 10 men now, and they're losing one of their best defenders. It could be a recipe for disaster. Trotchi now taking the corner. Vincent, oof. There we go, and Preston Malula wins it back. Passes to Naylor. Naylor's in the area there. Thanos able to save it comfortably. And we can already see the impact that gap has left at Joe Payne's left. I don't even think that we've realised this at this point. Luke Webster now for Plym City. Throws it over to McKelson. Joe Payne. No, Tony Crane trying his best to get it off him. McKelson deep into the box. Sends a low cross. Reed's nearly got to it. Deech has to rescue it. And Oliveira clears it. But Harry Roberts brings it straight back into the air with another bad shot.
Gave it a go, but
This is incredibly
really
close.
have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all, Jim. It's not. I don't know if you could hear that on commentary there. That's Vieira now. He sends it to Luke Webster. Luke Webster managing to skim past Tony Crane. Abua losing it to Oliveira, however. That's Tony Crane. Passes to Pitikaka. Pitikaka with a forward pass to Reed. He sends it to Rogers. He sends it to Preston Malula. Preston with a good bit of skill. Oh my heavens, what a goal that would have been. Wasn't quite meant to be. But Preston Malula with a flick and then hitting the ball on the volley himself. What a fantastic attempt though. Preston Malula gutted in himself for not scoring that goal. Thanos now passes to Romario Vieira, over to Abua. However, I know the pass went for free well, don't worry. Pitikaka wins the ball back, somehow keeps the ball from challenges from Webster and McKelson. And Rogers passes to Naylor, passes to Preston Malula on that right flank again. Malula with a low cross. Dan Pin had to really be composed and not let that past him. Abua now tackled by Oliveira. Oh, that's a filthy challenge from Roberts.
A reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking.
Plym City are losing their composure. They are losing their heads in this match. Oh, that was a filthy challenge. It gives Athletico Plymouth a free kick in a promising position. Tony Crane stepping up to take it now. It's a big build-up. Oh, just smashes into the two-person wall.
The ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Now on that right flank, another cross. Flies straight past everyone in the box though.
That speaks of little ambition.
Throws it over to Luke Webster. Pitikaka again in the way now. Abua passes to Luke Webster. Luke Webster passes forward to Reed. He sent across. Oh, Quattrochivo puts the pressure on Naylor.
And now the breakaway.
And look at the space. Oh my God, the space Preston Malula's got here. Dan Penn needs to do something. Preston gets past him. Thanos manages to save it.
Keeper's got his work done.
Oh, good grief. That should have been an Athletico Plymouth goal.
Their method is clear.
The space that Preston had to work with something in. Absolutely incredible. Thanos, so with a good save, you cannot take that away from him.
This possibly the last play of the half.
Okay, I'm thinking about who to have take this. Luke Webster stepping up for the corner. It's a good cross. Thanos able to fist it away, however. And that is it for the first half. Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 1. However, it's worth keeping in mind at this point that Joe Payne has been sent off. Plym City have a massive gaping hole in their back, and Athletico Plymouth are out for blood. I'm going to have a quick tea break. We'll be back in a moment, though. Okay, we are back for the second half now. Apparently, there's been some substitutions. Harriet Roberts has been substituted off for Lee Jordan. Paul Jones, a Plym City faithful, has been put on Philly Diaz, 4 Luke Webster also on. At 4, Athletico Plymouth. Inkerman is coming off for Claude Wolf. Tindo coming on for Oliveira.
Over to the left.
Quite a few subs in, so let's see how that will change the complexion of the game. Now, we can only assume with this that the formation has changed quite considerably. Lee Jordan is now the Plym City captain. And McKelson is furious. He's just been booked. Paul Jones trying to play mediator. Let's see what happened there. Wasn't the worst challenge in the world. Maybe the stamp on him after was probably not good. I suspect that's maybe what it been.
Got a chance from here, but not the kindest
gives
angle.
Dan Naylor an indirect free kick on the edge of the penalty area.
Look at what's available.
He's thinking about what to do. He's crossing the ball into the box, and Quattrocchi heads it on the Tony Crane.
It's a goal!
And what a start to the second half for Athletico Plymouth. Tony Crane scores his first goal for his team.
What was on.
Oh, look, there's only one
and Plym City must be thinking this is going to be a long 45 minutes for them.
Absolutely top notch.
And it was a wonderful goal. Look at this, crossed into the box. Quattrocchi helped make it. Tony Crane, controlled it wonderfully before half volleying it into the box.
So
Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 2. And Plym City are already looking a little bit rattled here. Preston Malula sends it over. Paul Jones now.
Tries to get it forward.
Sliding challenge onto the board to send it forward. Dan Reed trying to run into the box. Blocked by Ollie Tindo. Now Dan Reed's got to be a little bit upset, I think, that Claude Wolf is off. He was happily keeping him in his pocket for that game. Dan Reed for Athletico Plymouth now. Passes forward. Robbie Doak's able to control the ball, however, gets her out of immediate danger. And now there's Robbie Doak, sends it over to Paul Jones with a forward pass to Reed. Reed sends it down the left flank to Naylor. Naylor sends it to Feli Diaz. He's very short, Feli Diaz. Don't know why he's here. There's Dan Naylor on the right flank for Athletico Plymouth. Sends it back to Pidi Kaka. Pidi Kaka's able to get past Paul Jones with ease there. There's Carl Rogers with a cross to the box. McKelson really had to work hard to get that out. Pidi Kaka with a shot. Thanos able to save it though. Good God almighty. It's only been about 4 minutes into this half and Athletico Plymouth are all over Plym City. You have to wonder, what can they do to counter this relentless attacking? Luke Webster now crosses into the box. It's able to be headed away. Pidi Kaka shoots on sight, however it goes flying over the crossbar. A little bit of breathing room for Plymouth City, I'd probably say. And look at that, 16 interceptions for Pidi Kaka. The man is all over the place. Abua now in the Plym City half. Forward passes. Quattrocchi intercepts.
That's a wasted chance.
Luke Webster for Athletico Plymouth sends the ball down to Dan Reed. However, McKelson gets in the way. Pidi Kaka again gets in the way. Pauser, don't know why. And now as Inkerman goes to cross into the box. McKelson able to stop him. Pidi Kaka though wants to get on the ball. Pidi Kaka is such a good player for Athletico Plymouth. And I don't think Athletico Plymouth even know that.
Who's going to get that?
It's absolutely everywhere. Peak Mascherano for Liverpool 2009 vibes.
Reed.
And again, Rogers charging forward for Atletico. Lee Jordan had to intercept there, otherwise the consequences would have been dire. Dan Naylor now with a good pass. Oh, it was offside.
The referee rightly gives him offside.
And it was quite considerably offside as well. Oh, there's a yellow card to Paul Jones. Paul Jones is trying to pretend he doesn't see it. It's like a naughty dog who's been told off. What happened there? Oh, and that's a reckless challenge on Pidi Kaka. I feel it may have been a frustration challenge more than anything else. Ollie Tindo sends it over. Lee Jordan's able to get in the way. Pidi Kaka, what the fuck was that? He is fuming at himself.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try
it
from
short.
range.
Lee Jordan with a good passer. However, goes straight to Quattrocchi, so it's obviously not that good. That Naylor, though, bursting down that left flank. Trying to get a counter for Plymouth. Oh, no. What was that? That was an awful, awful cross. Deach takes the kick now. Lee Jordan passes it into Abua. A bit of confusion there. Dan Pinn trying to clear the ball. Preston Malula not letting it happen. He's managed to do it on the second attempt. But Athletico Plymouth are just everywhere. Preston Malula, plenty of space. Goes for a lob. A foolish lob at that. Straight into the arms of Thanos.
And the defence was completely beaten them. Exploiting that space in behind has proven very
Luke
effective.
Webster now. Sends it over to Dan Naylor for Athletico Plymouth. Athletico Plymouth Reed sends it to Luke Webster. That's Preston holding the ball up quite nicely. Lee Jordan able to get out of it though. Now Dan Reed in a sea of Athletico Plymouth players. Abua sends it to little Philly Diaz. Look at him go. The size difference between Philly Diaz and Tony Crane is ridiculous. Tony Crane just wrestles him off like it's nothing.
Far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see.
And now Pidikaka with the ball gets past Lee Jordan, but Lee Jordan trips him up on the way out. Now it's Yuri Inkanen down the left flank. Dan Pinn's able to get in the way of it though.
Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending.
Pidikaka again. Good ball down the left flank to Preston Malula. Preston with a high cross.
It's a corner.
Ends up in a corner for Athletico Plymouth. Oh, we had more subs made. Paul Jones is off already for Von Williams from Canada. Luke Webster takes the free kick. Corner kick, sorry, for Athletico Plymouth. Pidikaka sends it into the box to Naylor. Oh, it was very close. Thanos only just saving it by his ankle, I think it may have been. Oh, good grief. It could have just rolled in on the wrong side. Luke Webster again with the corner for Athletico Plymouth. Once again, Pidikaka gets the ball again. He sends it. I think he's passed into Naylor there. Oh, it's getting a little bit physical here. Dan Naylor for Athletico Plymouth. Mauled by the Plym City defence. Pidikaka with a good cross to Preston Malula. Preston heads it on to Reed. Reed with an overhead kick. Thanos is absolutely fuming that he had to make that save.
Something for him to cling to.
Oh, well, he didn't even make the save actually, but it's very close. Very uncomfortable to watch there.
That's a poor kick by the keeper.
An awful free kick from Thanos there. That's Rogers on that right flank, sends a good weighted pass over.
He acknowledges that
Abua gets onto the end of it though, sends it over to little Philly Diaz. Philly Diaz sends to Von Williams with his first touch for Plym City. Passes forward to Dan Reed. Dan Reed taken down by Crane immediately though. Von Williams tried to win it back, he was nowhere near. Athletico Plymouth go on the counter here. Luke Webster with plenty of space goes on the left flank. He's taking his time with it, sends a beautiful ball to Dan Reed. Dan Pinn
surely a foul. Free kick.
Able to get in the way last minute there, but it's Lee Jordan, sorry. I think we are going to have to see what happened there. It was just after... come on, it was after Luke Webster played the ball. Von Williams looks fuming.
He has great set-piece prowess.
Dan Naylor on the edge of the penalty area has a mammoth opportunity to get Athletico back in the game here.
He's gone for it.
And oh, it's only just flattened to the top corner. Athletico are only a matter of moments away from getting another goal at this rate. Plym City have been on the back burner for the entirety of the second half. Dan Naylor, oh, and that was a filthy challenge by Ollie Tindo. He's got a yellow for it. Dan Naylor looks hurt though. Oh, it's awful to see.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on
Rogers doesn't know what to do.
So the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Oh, look at that. Completely wiped them out. Now, to be fair, Dan Naylor did tag into that challenge, but still. And Thanos now trying to take the free kick. We're not going to allow that shit. Philly Diaz, the little Uruguayan. Naylor is out injured at the moment. He's receiving treatment on the sidelines. And Dan Reed trying his luck at an overhead kick. Wasn't quite meant to be. It was nowhere near, actually.
Gets away from
Naylor again on that left flank, making a good darting run. Dan Penn able to save it though.
Well, not the best way to
Lee
deal
Jordan
with it,
again
the
having a little
pace
argument
clearly
with
made
the
him
referee.
feel
He's been very aggro since he came on. Preston Malula's just shoved Dan Penn away.
Referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a
What even
stern
happened
lecture.
there? Oh, it's a nothing challenge. Get up, Preston. You're a wrestler for Pete's sake.
Fast. It's another set
Dan
piece.
Naylor with an indirect kick out. Very cheeky one. Sends it to Dan Reed. Dan Reed makes Thanos make a neat little save. Again, danger leans for Plym City. Atletico Plymouth are flirting on that area. Dan Naylor for Atletico Plymouth on the right of the penalty area now. Sends it to Rogers with a good little dip into the penalty area, but the referee has called for offside. And yeah, we can definitely confirm that is offside. Von Williams now with the yellow card. Again, go through the old tactic, pretend you didn't hear the referee. Oh, what was he thinking? He took Dan Naylor down by the neck. I mean, fair enough. Alright, now there's Thanos. Whipped the free kick again. Athletico Plymouth straight back on the attack, however. Von Williams, though, making some space for Plym City. Tries to pass forward to Dan Reed. Tony Quinn gets in the way of it, though.
They can revisit that further on.
That's Luke Webster for Athletico Plymouth. Down the left flank to Preston Malula. He's so dangerous on those flanks. He's passed it. Luke Webster passed it offside, however.
You can hear the annoyance.
Oh, only by a head though, or so.
Gets into a dangerous position. Tries to get it forward quickly.
Pity Kaka now. Oh, passes to no one. Naylor is only just back from treatment.
He's in space.
Malula on the left. It's called offside again.
The flag's up.
Oh yeah, that's miles offside.
Oh, well intercepted. Really alert to the danger. Ball's out on the left now. Loses his balance and loses the ball. Going through.
Dan Reed for Athletico Plymouth fighting through the Plym City storm. Oh my god, the amount of players he's tried getting past.
Oh, he's caught in or out.
And that is a free kick and a dangerous position for Athletico Plymouth.
Yeah, well, they were exposed.
Robbie Doe can be lucky he's not got a yellow for that. Oh, it's Von Williams. No, wait, it was just absolute mayhem. Dan Reed didn't even have the ball. Why was that a free kick?
Plymouth with the chance now to
Oh,
pull one
Naylor, look at that. Just
certainly looks
a
appetizing.
millimetre away from being a penalty.
Range.
Sends it over to Rogers. Rogers with a cheeky little hit under the keeper. Carl Rogers scores his first goal for Athletico Plymouth.
Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike.
Look at that. Smart little free kick if ever I saw one. It's Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 3. Substitution has been made. Von Williams now coming off for, I don't know how to pronounce the name, Ruano. Also now on for Naylor. For Athletico Plymouth, Muirquai has come on for Preston Malula. And Grizlov from Russia has come on for Dan Reed. And Clayton Silva also coming on for Luke Webster. Complete change around for Athletico Plymouth here. Dan Naylor now for Athletico Plymouth sends a good cross over. Oh my heavens, Dmitry Grizlov nearly scored with his first touch of the ball. Look, the attack goes on for Athletico Plymouth. Plym City need to hold on for 20 more minutes. It's not looking good for it, is it? Abu down that left flank. Sends the board straight to Pidi Kaka. Can't even be considered an interception at that rate.
Breaks on here.
That's Mio able to lose his possession though. Pidi Kaka wins the possession back. It's over to Clayton Silva. Sends over to Carl Rogers. And this time Abu is able to get the ball back. Sends it to Dan Reed. Dan Reed's one-on-one with Quattrocchi. Quattrocchi with a clean win. That's Rogers starting to break for Athletico Plymouth. McKelson had to get in the way of it. And that's Dmitry Grizlov. You can tell already he looks to be a deadly player. That's Pidi Kaka with a good ball over to Dan Naylor. Robbie Doe glued to him, takes him down.
We knew what was coming.
That's not surprising. Yellow card to Robbie Doe. He cannot believe it. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. It's a blatant yellow.
So a chance to deliver a ball into the box.
Indirect free kick to Athletico Plymouth now. Naylor crosses into the box. Naylor again. With a good cross into the box. Oh, Fanos had to make a save again. Dmitry Grizlov with another convincing header, albeit offside.
Exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter. Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
That's Dan Naylor now. Weighted pass. Dan Pin's able to get underway with it. Dmitry Grizlov wins back position. Loses it back to Dan Pin. Dan Pin tries to counter, but Doak loses it immediately. Sorry, just hiccup down the headset then. Lee Jordan wins the ball back. Oh, bad time to get hiccups here. Oh, and a bap. I do apologise. Couldn't get to the mic in time. Quattrocchi with the ball, sends it straight down that flank. Rogers, little pass to Dan Naylor. Lee Jordan intercepts. Pidi Kaka, long ball. Dan Naylor's just got to get on the end of it. Rogers unable to get on the end of that pass. Not through lack of trying, however. Now Plym City are getting absolutely destroyed on possession here as well. Oh, Dan Naylor was trying out. Dan Reed, so I was trying to make space in between the defence.
As soon as they gave it away.
Wasn't just able to, and as Pidi Kaka again sends it down the left flank to Preston Malula.
Plymouth are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief that
over to Grizlov. Oh my God, Grizlov is flattened with that ball, with that goal. He has come on to be a very, very dangerous player indeed. Distributes over. Look at that. There's just no midfield for Plym City whatsoever. Athletico have all of the ball. Clayton Silva now. Over to Pidi Kaka. Inkanen. Deeper into the box to Mioquai. Mioquai with a low cross to Grizlov, and that's it. Fanos makes a double save. How the fuck did he keep that out? And Athletico Plymouth already on the attack. Rogers shoots on sight.
This has to be a spell of no fear.
And look at that, Tony Crane darting down into the middle now. Lee Jordan gets in the way, Pichirachu sends it over. Oh, well here we go, Dan Reed trying to get on the break. Ollie Tindo fighting Dan Reed at this point. The fight from Dan Reed, he takes on Athletico Plymouth. Tony Crane and Quattrocchi team up to take the ball away from him though. And immediately Athletico are straight back on the counter. Mioquai running down that left flank, sends it to Grizlov. Grizlov runs through the defence and Fanos able to save it. Good grief.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Dan Reed now trying to get past Tony Crane. If he can get past Tony Crane, Quattrocchi is there. And if he gets past Quattrocchi, Tony Crane is there. What do you do in this situation? The Grizlov now runs into the final third over to Carl Rogers. Rogers sends it down the right flank. Dan Naylor! Oh! Dan Naylor gets it back for Athletico Plymouth. His second goal for Athletico Plymouth, and perhaps the most important goal he can possibly score. Look at that. It's a beautiful pass from Carl Rogers. Oh, the stream messed up for a second there. came back just in time.
And no doubt he's hungry for more.
What a goal for Dan Naylor, the Athletico Plymouth captain, showing the world just why he is indeed the Athletico Plymouth captain. Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 4, and that is after Athletico Plymouth being 3 goals down at half-time. Dan Naylor straight back on the attack. He wants to finish this once and for all. Lobs it into the box. Thanos has to make a last-ditch save. Look at that. Athletico Plymouth are absolutely dogging Plym City here. That's Athletico Plymouth corner here. Clayton Silva passes. Quattrocchi shoots low. Thanos able to scoop it up though. Thanos takes it basically no time. Sends the ball straight back to Athletico Plymouth. Pitikaka with a forward ball over to Dan Naylor. He's in the box again. Robbie Doe doing anything he can to get the ball back off him. We sent it to Ruano. We didn't even realise he was on. Ruano with a good run down that left flank. Look at the speed of the little Italian. Holds the ball up. Oh, he's gone for the shot. Deech having to make a last gasp save himself from out of nowhere. Ruano with a chance to make himself the hero. Just fell short of the mark. There's McKelson. Clayton Silva bursting through now. Lobs the ball over to Rogers. Lee Jordan able to get in the way of it though. There's Ruano again. Forward pass over to Reed. Reed trying to get past Crane. He's managed to do it. Philly Diaz now. Oh, he's lost possession to Carl Rogers. Pitikaka starts to attack for Athletico Plymouth once again. Look at the run on him. Pichiachu able to just get in the way of it. Plym City are starting to find themselves again at last. Abua sends over to McKelson. McKelson with a lofty pass. Tony Crane intercepts. McKelson again down that right flank. Pichiachu over to Abua. Taking it nice and slow here. Oh, but Quattrocchi blasting forward himself.
There may be one more opportunity.
Oh, and there's Grislov. If he gets this, it's a big trouble for Plym City. Oh, Brestomalula nearly got to it. It was Muirquay even. Brestomalula's not even on.
The counter is on.
Muirquay nearly with a last-minute winner for Athletico Plymouth. There's Verano down that left flank. The speed on Verano is something to be marvelled at here. And he's got it alone! Oh my god! Look at Reed in the background. Battering the ground, Ruano.
They've got to make it count.
So close, twice now, to getting the winning goal for Plym City, and twice he was foiled. Once by the keeper, second by the side netting. Deech now taking the goal kick.
Forward it goes.
Tries to find Philly Diaz, but Pitikaka is in the way. Muirquay on that right side now with a good little pass, but Lee Jordan's able to get onto the end of it. Abua has his pass intercepted by Pitikaka. Pitikaka on the edge of the area now, taken down by Lee Jordan. Dan Reed sends it over to the right to Philly Diaz. Philly Diaz has not made any impact since coming on today. McKelson now sends it over. Muirquay immediately intercepting. And there's a little bit of skill there to Inkerman. Inkerman with a good pass into the box. Clayton Silva. I think he injured himself as he made the shot then. Thanos really had to work for that. 5 minutes of extra time has been added on. And at this point, it could go in any direction.
With him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
Oh, a little clash of heads there went in Rurano's favour. Ollie Tyndall collecting a yellow card. Thanos again decides to take the free kick himself. Throws it over and Tony Crane's headed it out. And Thanos needs to get back on his line quick. Lee Jordan able to claim the ball, however, tries to send it down the left flank to Rurano. It just goes out of play. Tyndall sends it over to Rogers. Rogers has had a very good game all in all, I would say. And now there's Dan Naylor. Oh, ultimately sends it to no one there. Dan Naylor on that right flank again. Sends it down to Dimitri Grislov. Dimitri Grislov was just unable to get on the end of it. Goal kick taken by Thanos. Once again, Pitikaka gets to it fast. Thanos' distribution is atrocious, by the way. It's genuinely the worst I've seen from a keeper. Rurano, though, using his speed to get down that left flank. He's managed to lose Tindo, trying to get past Quattrocchi, but Quattrocchi, the most composed player on the field, has none of his nonsense. And oh! Who was that? I think that was Reed. Nearly getting to it. He sends it into the ball. Reed's on some! Oh, the fuck! How did he miss that? Oh, it was offside. Miles offside. Which is a grace, really. How on earth did he miss that, even if it was offside? It's just under 2 minutes remains. Both teams have had game-winning shots foiled. Thanos gets onto the end of the ball there. Sends the ball over, no doubt an Athletico Plymouth play gets to the end of it. However, Abua has managed to... Oh, he's taken the shot. Abua wanted to be the hero. It was a pretty bad decision, you've got to say. Look at that. Reed was right on form, right to his right. He can't be happy with that, surely. I don't think his teammates would be happy with that either. 45 seconds of normal time remain. That's Miyakoi down the left hand. McKelson able to stop him from going on his run, but Clayton Silver now passes over to Inkerman, going deeper down the left flank. And Dampin had to make that save. Pitikaka, woof, with a dipping shot. Thanos able to be in the right place at the right time. That is it for the end of normal time. We are forced now in our first Plymouth derby to go into extra time. Extra half hours away. Let's begin. He's taking his time with this. Mind games, perhaps.
90 minutes gone.
Pitch action now. Over down to McKelson. McKelson straight down. Oh no. Sends it straight to Clayton Silver.
Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious?
There's Philly Diaz down on the right hand side there. Crosses over. Nobody in the box to cross to, however. But Doak! Trying a last minute shot from nowhere.
Plymouth have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Dan Pin now trying to pass it forward. Pitikaka once again getting in the way. Carl Rogers sends it over to Dan Naylor. Dmitry Grislov with a bit of skill collects it on the back heel. He's trying to get through. Dan Pin doesn't quite allow him. Dan Reed now picks up the ball. Sends it down the right flank to Philly Diaz.
Be surprised if he tries that again.
That's Philly Diaz gone on a darting run. It's probably the most we've seen him have the ball since coming on.
Can he deliver?
Oh, and he sent an awful cross. Clayton Silver able to head it away. Dan Pin immediately takes the corner here. Tony Crane gets in the way of it though. Well, you've got a 7-foot monster in the penalty area. You're going to have to be a bit smart with your corners, I feel.
Played the ball. That's a foul. Now, this is interesting. He has
that's a
already
foul
had
to
his
someone.
name
Robbie
taken
Doak's committed yet another foul. He's already on a yellow.
Hesitation
Oh, that's it. He is off.
And he walks. Well, the players are making their point,
We
but
just
the,
noticed how weird
clearly
Philly Diaz looks in the back there. But the important news at this point is Plym City are now down to 9 men. Both Joe Payne and Robbie Doak have been sent off. This could only spell more bad news for Plym City. They've had a ridiculous amount of fouls, to be fair. They've been a very dirty team today. Philly Diaz now, swamped by the Athletico defence. He still manages to hold on to the ball, however.
He just stood firm.
Now he's lost it to Clayton Silver.
Throwing.
McKelson sends it over to Philly Diaz. Philly Diaz wrestled off the ball with no problem though. Inkerman passes back to Pitikaka. Pitikaka passes over to Rogers. Rogers to Grislov. Philly Diaz gets to the ball again. A cheeky little pass to Dan Reed. Dan Reed absolutely knackered now. taken off the ball with ease. Carl Rogers with a cheeky little pass to Naylor. Naylor has his pass intercepted by Dan Pimp. Pitikaka is right there again. Clayton Silver loses the ball.
Hoists it forward.
And look at that. Oh wait, Dan Reed's able to get past Crane and Quattrocchi. He passes to Rurano. Rurano's got to use his speed to get past there. Tindo holding on to him. Oh, and Tindo wins the ball back cleanly. That's the first time Tindo's able to best Rurano. Good for the confidence, and there's... Look at that gap for the defence there. It's absolutely diabolical to see. Feli Diaz now going down the right flank. Oh, he's taken out by Tony Crane. Oh, Tony Crane is absolutely furious. Yellow card to Tony Crane, and you know what? That's got to be the deserved one.
Because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Oh, look at that. He completely skied Feli Diaz. Tony Crane can't quite believe it for some reason.
There's not much doubt that this
Fanos again steps up to take the free kick. Abua shoots that down immediately. He's not having that nonsense. Crossing the ball into the box. Oh! Dan Reed got a head to it, but Dietz able to save it quite comfortably. There's Pitikaka. Sends it over to Muirquai. Muirquai on that left wing there. Cuts into the box, sends it to Clayton Silver. Oh, Fanos parries it. Thankfully, he's the first one back onto the ball again, though. Oh, that's a free kick to Plym City. Oh, yeah, 3 players were offside. I mean, that is probably the best thing about having 9 players. You can do an offside with just a few players. Clayton Silver has the ball there, sends it over to Pitikaka, who sends it to Muirquai. And Rogers has just been a general of midfield today. Sends it out wide to Naylor.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, look at Naylor. Dilly-dallying past the defence with no problem. Clayton Silver shoots on. Oh, it was Dimitri Grislov. His first Athletico Plymouth goal could mean the absolute world to him. And you wouldn't think it from that calm and casual celebration. How did that even happen? Look at that, it's across Clayton Silver. The ball just lands to Grislov, and Grislov, calm and collected as you like, just dings the ball into the back of the net. Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 5.
Yet again of what a threat he carries.
Well, for the first time since the 10-minute mark, Plym City are behind in this match. 1 minute 100 now. And immediately they're going straight back on the attack. Grislov again! Grislov doubles his lead! Dimitri Grislov is destroying Plym City systematically. That is 2 goals now for the Russian.
It's counter-attacking heaven.
And how did that even happen? Look at that, it was Muirquai with a cutting pass over to Clayton Silver with a simple little pass to Dimitri Grislov. Athletico Plymouth 6, Plym City 4.
Well, they're very much the better
Plym City really need to do something about this. This is a dire situation for the Yellows. And the worse it gets for Plym City, the better it gets for Athletico Plymouth. Are back in for another one. Dan Naylor tackled by Lee Jordan in the area. He's given away a penalty, the idiot. Lee Jordan has had an awful game today. He has done nothing but cause problems for both teams, mostly for us. Look at that reckless challenge. Basically need Naylor in the ribs. And he's the captain.
To further improve their position of comfort.
Look at this, Dimitri Grislov now for the hat-trick. Naylor's injured for Athletico Plymouth as well. Spiredas has now come on for Athletico Plymouth in the lieu of Naylor. Grislov with the run-up. Fanos doesn't even move. Dimitri Grislov has scored a hat-trick in about 4 or 5 minutes.
A time for a cool head, and that is precisely
Absolutely ridiculous to see. Look at that. That's the challenge that took Naylor down.
He's made it 3. Quite a day at the office.
Look at that.
That defence must be sick of the sight of him. He's been persistent and ruthless all game. He just hasn't stopped working.
And it was a ridiculous challenge, but a good penalty. Plym City 4, Athletico Plymouth 7.
No doubt as to who has
Plym City have completely fallen apart here, and from the second, well, from extra time, Grislov himself has destroyed them. Philly Diaz trying to go on a counter, he's held back by Crane, and he's thrown himself to the floor, trying to win a penalty. It's not going to happen. Clayton Silver now, down the left like the Spiredes, over to Grislov. And as soon as Grislov gets the ball, all Plym City players need to do anything in the path to get it off him.
Forward it goes.
Great with a good pass intended for Grislov.
Oh, they can break here.
Abua now passing forward to Philly Diaz to Reed. But Quattrocchi has Reed in his back pocket at this point. He's been figured out completely. Pass over there, and look, Athletico Plymouth are just having fun at this point.
To the left it goes.
Sends it down to Spiredes. And that is the end of the first half. And what has happened in just 15 minutes? 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all it took for Grislov to score a hat-trick there. Ridiculous things to witness.
Will we find a winner?
I think Peter Drury just called it mental. I agree with him. And look at Clayton Silver with the lob. Thanos had to work for it. Athletico Plymouth are looking to continue as they left off the first half of extra time.
Floats one over.
It's just like a cat toying with a dying mouse at this point. Thanos passes it over to Rurano. We haven't seen Rurano since his few down runs. As soon as Ollie figured him out, that's the last we saw of him. There's Rogers now, passes to Pidikaka. Pidikaka has had a wonderful game. Spiredes now managing to get past the defence, only for the defence to quickly nab it back. Oh, it's just a fight at this point. Pidikaka over to Rogers. Back to Pidikaka. Pidikaka with a lob into the defence. Lee Jordan nearly scores a fucking own goal. The idiot.
Hoists it forward.
And that's Clayton Silver again now. Oh, from a long ball. Thanos able to save it. And it's upsetting at this point. We still have to rely on some good saves from Thanos. A little pause there for whatever reason. Let's turn them now. Over to Carl Rogers. Carl Rogers passes to Pidikaka. Pidikaka charges through. Thanos having to make another save.
That is a class save. He had to be
Thanos has got to be furious at this, surely. Oh, and he's just palmed it away. Clayton Silver takes the corner, goes straight to Pidikaka. Pidikaka on the volley again. Thanos having to save it. There's Tinder with a cross into the box to Grislov.
Brilliant interception.
Pidikaka. Oh, Philly Diaz is able to get the ball from Pidikaka. Pidikaka gets the ball back though.
Oh, sweet feet.
And look at the sweet feet, the commentator says. Pidikaka in the penalty area with a cross.
Drilled in low.
Over to Spiredes. Thanos only just able to save it. Pidikaka there again. Pidikaka is phenomenal. Carl Rogers now with the shot. Thanos with another good save. This has been ridiculous.
All that went wrong, make them right.
Let's get another goal. Clayton Silver now sends it over to Pidikaka.
Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
There's Dan Reed.
Commitment like that,
probably the first time we've seen Plym City with the ball all of extra time. Dan Reed's trying to do it himself.
But instead, he looks as if he relishes the chance to
running down the right wing. He's got to be knackered at this point. Sends a cross over. Oh! It's just rolled over the back of Tony Crane. Rurano on the rebound, fires on goal. Deeps managing to catch it with no problem whatsoever. He's done nothing, that player, by the way, since coming on.
Tempers are flaring. The referee
And there's a fight here.
Well, it was
Pitrichu and Ollie Tindo having a little to do.
I've been denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be
Oh, a cheeky little swipe at him, to be fair.
So what can they conjure
It does
from this
lead,
one?
however, to a free kick on the edge, pretty much the edge of the area, to Rurano. Rurano fires in on goal. It's a pretty appalling free kick, to be honest with you. He fires out now to Spiredes. Spiredes with a little low. Clayton Silver now with the ball.
He goes along.
Sends it on to
And
Grislow. Now,
intervention
thankfully,
was very
Grislow hasn't really been involved since his hat-trick. Which, you know, thank God, really.
Well positioned to make that
He held back by Reed once again as Pitikaka going forward. Sent it to Grislow. Grislow from a 10 and shoot. Thanos is able to collect it with no problem, though.
Reed.
Passes back. It's a nifty little strike to Muraquai. Thanos has to get down there early. Spiredes has got onto the ball, though. Dribbles into the box. Rurano has to go deep to cut him off, though. And Reed manages to get past Quattrocchi. Just got Tindo to get past. He's got past Tindo. He's doing it alone now at this point. Quattrocchi is homing in on him like a missile. That's a Bua now. Oh, and he's just lost it.
Whistle's gone. That's a foul.
No bite whatsoever. It's a foul, though.
The alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that piece.
A little disagreement between Clayton Silva and a Bua here.
For now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Oh, yeah, we did shove him off there, to be fair.
Plymouth
And another free kick in a promising location.
He'll fancy himself from here.
Rurano tries again. Passes it short this time to Reed, but Tony Crane bodies him down. Spiredes now trying to start the counter-attack. Passes to Grislow. Passes over to Pitikaka, who passes forward to Muraquai, who has plenty of space. Look how much space he's got here. And Naylor tries to creep through. Not Naylor, sorry. Clayton Silver tries to creep through. Tindo now, who takes the throw in. Dan Reed gets onto the ball for Plym City, passes it forward to Philly Diaz. Tony Crane is set to intercept throw. Pitikaka sends it over. Rurano with a cheeky little pass. Philly Diaz now alone in the Athletico Plymouth half. Loses it pretty quickly. Abua held back by Pitikaka. Manages to get a cheeky little hit on Tony Crane.
The ref's been lenient here.
The ref gives him the benefit of the doubt. Look at that. How? Give the fucking yellow card to Pitikaka. Ref is holding him back. Excuse me. Did a rage hiccup. Here now it's Incan, sends it over to Spiredes, to Grislow. Lee Jordan able to get in the way, though. That's Quattrocchi now. Oh, he's managed to... How on earth did he manage to get a little cross in there? Thanos able to get onto it, though. But that is it. Plym City peaked in the first half, and it just went further and further downhill from there. Grislow, the hero of extra time and the hero of the match, with a hat-trick on his debut. A 2-minute hat-trick, look. But ultimately,